Hi guys, welcome to Geeks 40k channel. You join us at Warhammer World again today, and we're also welcoming James back to the channel again. So James is bringing along his Chaos Demons with a couple of little extra special editions which you'll see shortly. He's going to be taking on my tower today, so it's kind of appropriate that we're on the tower research station. The mission that we've selected is the relic, and you can see the relic right there in the centre of the table, and our deployment lines there 12 inches either side of the centre of the table. I'm hoping the research station gives us that little bit of a home turf advantage, but we'll see how that one pans out. So without further ado, let's go meet the armies. Hi guys, so here is my 1850 points worth of Tau. If you've seen the Tau on the channel before, this is the pretty much standard 1850 list. I've got a commander with a cyclic ion blaster and a fusion blaster. He's got a drone controller and he's got 2 MacLeod drones with him. He's also got a buddy here which is the Fireblade. He's also got a MacLeod drone. We've got 3 squads of fire warriors, 2 6 and an 8-man. 8-man has a devilfish with a missile for a ride. In the fast attack slot, I've got the Piranha with the fusion blaster. In the heavy support slot, I have a hammerhead. And then in the elite section, 2 squads of crisis battle suits, each with a shield drone. The first squad at the front here has a bit of a mixed build of various different weapons. The one at the back is essentially all about the plasma. Then on top of that, which basically forms the basis of the army, I've got a separate formation of the fire base support, which is 2 broadside squads. One with 2 missile drones, one with a missile drone and a shield drone, and then I've got the Riptide with velocity tracker and early warning override. And I've also got the optimised support cadre, which is 2 by 8-man stealth squads, both with a MacLeod drone and the ever-present ghost gear. That squad will be arriving via deep strike. It's a tactic that I would love to pull off, but as yet has not been particularly successful, but I will continue to persevere with it.
Alright guys, hi, this is my Demon force I'm taking today, 1850 points. And what I have here, as you can see, is obviously 3 distinct parts. I've got some Nurgle, Khorne and Tzeentch as well. So again, I'm just changing things up. And for my HQ, I decided to take Kairos again. I really like the way he plays in the last game. So he's standard with his warlord trait. He's also got some heralds as a second HQ slot. So 2 level 3 Tzeentch heralds there. He also just provides some extra war charge and dice for Kairos. Then I've got a herald of Khorne to join my blood crushers, they're called, and he's pretty much get out with the locus of fury, give him hatred, and also a hellblade. I don't think I have the points to give him a greater reward, but you can see in the background I've also then got a herald of Nurgle to join in with the plague bearers, again give them some female pain and give a bit of survivability. So then my heralds, my HQ slots, then for my troops, I have 10 plague bearers in case I need to sit on an objective somewhere, just hunker down, and soak up a load of fire. And then because I love them, I then have my Nurglings here, and if I'm facing Tau, of course, then I can maybe outflank, and well, it's only toughness 3, right? So who knows? See where they go. My other troops choice goes way back over here. I have my blue pink warriors, again more walk charge, and they of course actually only a level 2. I think I've got 14 of them here. So it was just a points thing, and I 2 guys by natural walk charge at the back, so that should be good enough. And then filling out the rest of the army, I have my elites. I have elites maybe their fast attack. Here I've got the blood crushers, got 5 of them in there. Who the herald is going to join, herald and the juggernaut effectively. And then I've got some dogs, Khorne dogs for my fast attack choice. Just 10 of them here. So yeah, I haven't taken those guys before, so I'm going to see what they're like. And then finally, in my Lord of War choice, I have I love this model, Samus himself. I know the rules are not completely legit. It's still in trial mode or whatever it is, but John's been kind enough to let me take him. So as a Lord of War choice, he's got to start in reserve. And then you can deep strike, or if any character model from either side is slain, you can just arrive pretty much from their point, as long as I roll the number for for actually deep striking. So I'm really excited to try him out. I know people give him a lot of hate, but he's probably like Marmite, right? You either love the model or hate the model. See how he goes. So that's my force, 1850 points. Yeah, let's go into the game.
So Kairos is orchestrating things from the back, hiding out behind the power generator. We've got some blue pink horrors over the back. Corn dogs down the front here. They look a bit hungry, looking ready to charge. Plague bearers in the centre. And then over in the forest there, we've got the, what are they again? Blood crushers. And then for the Tau, well, Tau deployment, it's pretty much a straightforward gun line really. We've got tanks down here, we've got the Devilfish with the squad, and the Fireblade just down the centre there. We've got my HQ right in the middle there with the Crisis battlesuits. We've got another squad of Fire Warriors there with the Riptide. Broadside's deciding to take a firing, sniping position right at the top of the building there with an arsenal of drones. And then over the other side, we've got the other squad of Crisis suits. We've got the Piranha and another squad of Fire Warriors. But wait, what's this? If you go down to the woods today, you're sure for a big surprise, because there's a whole bunch of Gribblies who are infiltrated, which is a little bit irritating. But yeah, hopefully we'll finish those guys off pretty quickly. I'm just going to go see if I can seize the initiative, and we'll see who's going first. So the Tau movement was a pretty straightforward affair really. Everybody's just moved forward about 6 inches or so. I've used the HQ special rule there to just move these guys a little bit further forward. They've got the option to run and then just behave as normal really, which is pretty cool, because it's just brought me into firing range. The port dog's down there, before it's taking those down. And my hammerhead has just popped its head around the building there. There is just about a line of sight onto the Fate Weaver's head. I've got line of sight from the Fate Weaver here and the Riptide. I'm going to try and take him down while he's still on the ground. That's the gameplay. Well, that was an interesting round of shooting. Pretty brutal. I mean, Tau do what Tau do, I guess, but Fate Weaver is down. That's the first bit of news. So he died as a result of the hammerhead and the broadsides and the Riptide firing at him. So he did, I mean, fairness, he did take a lot of punishment, but I wanted to take him down when he was still on the ground. The corn dogs are taking some pain as well. How many corn dogs went down? 6, we think, maybe? A lot. Pretty painful there as well. Thanks to a little bit of MacLeod just removing the cover save options down there. Up here, the Plague Bearers did better actually. They managed to tank pretty much the rest of the army's firing. So the 2 Fire Warriors down there, the Piranha had a little shot of things as well. No, actually the Piranha's out of range. The rest of the guys got good shots in there. And then over the back there, the bloody Crushers, they lost one guy just through the Crisis squad. Just seeing him building a second portion about the troops down there. Most of their weapons are out of range, but managed to get one shot with a plasma rifle, which was enough to take the guy down.
The demise of Fate Weaver, I've had to change my plans ever so slightly, but of course the Corn Dogs, they've still charged up, heading towards the Tau tank. I should probably get better at my tank recognition skills, but whatever. And then we have the Blue Pink Horrors. They've moved up. They're going to pass some shenanigans with the Psychic phase. See how I do there. There we can see the little marker for Fate Weaver. It might be important for some of us, who knows. But we have then some Plague Bearers. They're just hiding in the forest. We'll see how they go on. MacLeod's obviously going to negate their cover save, but hopefully I can make it up towards the marker. And then finally, I have my Blood Crushers who are going to move up to the line and start wreaking some havoc. And I also managed to use Grimoire True Names, so they're a little bit more survivable. And obviously that's from the Herald of Corn, who has the banner. Onto my psych and shooting phase.
Alright then, so my psychic phase or my shooting phase are quite eventful. I managed to cast my Scry's Gaze, so I got rerolls for the next turn for units that are deep striking, so hopefully Samus will come in. I also tried to cast Cursed Earth, just to give all the units around some extra resilience. And as you can see, I've also got some extra corn dogs, which is always nice to have some extra units for free. And then I rolled on Warps on table, and actually Slanesh visited, and I should probably get some more Demonettes, because I rolled a 6 for his tank, and yeah, we took all the hull points off, so it's now wrecked. Does mean though that these corn dogs are here, that in the forest, yeah, they've got a bit of a longer charge, so I just ran them in the assault phase, or the shooting phase, just to kind of get them into some cover. Then over here, those guys ran up into the wall, and actually I'm going to go into the assault phase and try and charge there. Oh, and I can't forget about the Gribblies at the back. They moved up as well, ready to do, I don't know, something. And for combat, actually, yeah, my assault phase, I'm going to obviously try and get these guys into the line. Maybe the Piranha, the Fire Warriors, I'm not sure, but hopefully get them in and cause some destruction and start killing some Tau.
Right then, so it's all go, turn 1. Combat phase, well, it wasn't really a surprise. With fleet easily charged in, and they're pretty much picking Tau Firewalls out of their teeth. Yeah, so absolutely decimated them, took no wounds, right in the lines. Going to have to hopefully cause John to think about that. That's really the end of Demon turn 1, moving on to Tau turn 2.
So my Hammerhead has backed away from the squad that's coming through the trees down here. The game plan for these guys is to split the fire off the drones here from the commander with his drone controller, and use that to marker light up these guys. I think that's legit. I'm just going to check that in the rules. And if so, take off their cover save and then strip them away all their wounds with these guys. In the meantime, I know it's a terrible tactic, but the crisis suits down here, they've walked around the power generator. They're going to shoot the corn dogs, and then they're going to go and hide again. Over in the back there, the Riptide is staying put. He doesn't need to move. He's big enough and tall enough to see over the top. You can also see in the background my Piranha screaming its way around the building there, just looking to also add its Fusion Blaster shot into the mix. Over the back, I'm ignoring the Gribblies still, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the broadside yet. I'll just see what happens on that front. The Crisis Suit down here, they're a bit scared. They've just watched their Fire Warrior buddies die horribly, so they've backed up as much as they can, and to be honest, even in their assault phase, they're going to be moving well away from those guys. You've already seen the Piranha move. What else we've got over here? Oh, we've got some new guys. Now, if you've watched my Tau armies before, you will know fine well that this never ever happens. But just for today, my optimized stealth cadre, all 3 squads are in on the first opportunity. A little bit of scattering going on for each squad, but overall they've ended up pretty well together, which is nice. I'm going to give these Heralds of Nurgle something to think about, or maybe the Pink Horrors. We'll see. All right, so the corn dogs coming through the bushes there, they're dead. The tactic I thought might work with the split and fire with the drones, that's not legit. But I didn't need it anyway. I should have put target lock on there as a bit of an upgrade, and I didn't do it. I just gave a drone controller and not target lock, so that's a trick that you need if you want to pull off that stunt. But it worked out all right anyway, so these guys are dead. The corn dogs, the other squad, took a bit of a beating as well. One guy is left. I did have the Riptide free to shoot at him, but I couldn't bring myself to use a Riptide to kill one guy, so rightly or wrongly I've ignored him. The Riptide actually fired into the Pink Horrors down here, left a little bit of a hole. Did get a few gets hocks, I overcharged him, but fortunately no damage was done there. There was also no damage done over the back of the table down here. These guys, their shoot was pretty ineffectual down here at the Blood Crushers, so they are at full strength and probably a little bit more angry now. Fortunately, I've got an assault move. I'm getting out of there. I'm definitely bugging out. further around as well, the new kids on the block, the optimised stealth cadre. I dropped all of their shots into the back of the Nurgle guys, wiped all of them out except one. See that guy hanging around there? Yeah, he's quite annoying. But the rest of the squad are taken down. And that is the end of shooting. So I'm just going to do my assault moves, going to go hide, and then I'm going to give the table over to James.
The jumpsuits, they're fallen into the trap. Because obviously I've done that with the Gribblies, right? So they've moved up. They're going to try a charge on these jumpsuits. I've then also changed course with my blood crushers because they're going after the Riptide, which is probably the greatest threat for Samus. Samus is here. And then the remaining Blade Bearer and Horn Dog, they're coming after the Piranha. And then what we have with the Luke and Chorus, they just move around to try and maybe unleash some psychic powers on the stealth suits again. So that's it for my movement. I'm going to move on to my psychic and shooting.
Psychic phase, I didn't really do that great. I mean, I summoned some dogs, which is good, but that's literally all I got off. My warp charges are slowly dwindling, especially then when on the warp storm table, I rolled a 3 result, no way of changing it, and luckily it wasn't Samus, but the randomly selected character was the Herald of Tzeentch, so he basically went pop and is no more. So well, that's the fun of the warp storm table. But anyway, that's it for shooting. I'm now going to go on to assault phase, and then back to the Tau for their turn 3. Okay, so this for me was the lesson as to why you don't charge Tau. Yeah, I mean, it didn't help that I failed my Grimoire of True Names, so they're actually, well, horribly, because they were on a 6+ invuln, but literally all that's left after the Overwatch were the Herald and 1 guy and 1 wound, because of the just this amount of Overwatch. That's crazy. But yeah, so they're stuck in combat. I actually lost combat by 1, so they're there. Then we've got the Nurglings, who also lost combat by 1. Did 1 wound to, took a drone. Anyway, so they're locked in combat there. And then my other assault, I failed to do anything to the Piranha. And of course, Samus can't charge because he deep struck this turn, and also the same for those Corn Dogs. So that's it from me. We're now going over to turn 3 with John.
So my optimised stealth cadre is all backing away from the Corn Dogs, which I'm hoping to take down this turn of shooting. There's a lot of firepower there. It should end swiftly, all being well. My Piranha has left the scene of the crime against close combat, where somehow it survived. Not sticking around to be that lucky. Again, an extra turn. My Fire Warriors down here, they're staying put. They've got eyes on Samus. My Tau Commander has elected to split himself off from the rest of the squad, and I'm going to use the MacLeod drones to light up Samus. The broadside's obviously staying put there because they've got eyes on Samus as well, and the rest of the Crisis suit down here, those squads, are hopefully going to benefit from the Commander's MacLeods and aim at Samus too, as is the Hammerhead. If you hadn't already figured out, Samus is on the Tau Most Wanted list. Okay, so there are the Corn Dogs quarter. Not really surprisingly, I suppose. There's a massive amount of dice being thrown down there, and all the bonuses from all shooting at the same target really help boost that ballistic skill. The blue-pink horrors down the middle here took a little bit of pain from the Piranha and also from the Hammerhead that's lurking down here. But the big news, sports fans, is Samus is dead. I mean, it's brutal, right? So the Commander over here, his drones lit him up with 2 marker lights. The Commander himself got a couple of shots in. I think he took a wound down. Obviously he can't benefit from the marker light himself, but even so he's still awesome. Then just next to there you've got the Fire Warriors. They put a couple of shots in. They took a couple of wounds down as well. And then these guys down here, picking up on the bonuses of those marker lights, shooting away, just took them down with no wounds. So pretty painful round of shooting really, and then to add insult to injury, the 2 little guys here, those 2 little squads, the broadsides each fired a shot in there. They are both independent squads, by the way, just to make it clear. They split the fire as 2 different squads, and the Nurgle guys, the Nurgle guy died, the Uranian corn dog died. James has not got a lot left on the table, and with all his psychers dead, he is literally down to blue pink horrors and to the gribblers over the back there. Okay, so that did not go so well for the little Nurglings. They lost a few wounds in combat, and then their demonic instabilities really screwed them over. They lost 4 wounds, quite a few bases, so they're not looking quite so good anymore. And then in the centre of the board down here, unfortunately that battle just went to nothing really. No wounds were given either way. We have, however, made a decision that basically with just that blood crusher left, with that base left down there of Nurglings and the blue pink horrors over the back there is just no way back for Chaos Demons, unfortunately. So we have declared that the end of the game, and we have declared that to be a victory for the Tau. Guys, I hope you enjoyed watching that. As ever, if you enjoy what you see, please hit the like button. Please also subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate that. And also don't forget to look us up on Facebook and Twitter as well. And finally, guys, thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.